Hi everybody, it's Coach O'Connor here, and it is a Wednesday. I had to think about that for a second. Feeling particularly grateful today and excited to talk a little bit tonight about a topic that impacts every one of us, and it is criticism. And how do you respond to criticism? What's a really good strategy for responding to criticism? The way I do it, if somebody criticizes me, instead of firing off at them or deflecting it, I always want to say, is there something I can learn from this? We used to say, one of the companies I worked for, there's no failure, there's only feedback. And feedback, criticism can be feedback. So what I'll do sometimes is I'll turn the criticism, somebody giving me criticism, into a cartoon. So it'll be like, you're very insensitive, or you're too businesslike. You need to relax a little bit. Or you're not a team player. Or it could be anything. You're rude. I watch myself as a cartoon being criticized. See what I did? I pushed it away at a distance. First thing is, take the criticism at a distance. And I'm just giving you an example of a cartoon, but it works for me. I'm going to give you another example in a minute. So the cartoon, the two people are, there's me, the cartoon, getting criticized by one of my fans or my coworkers or my family. And they're telling me this. So what I'll do is I'll make what they're saying a cartoon balloon, and I'll digitally print it out. You're insensitive and rude, standoffish, and then I will be able to then respond in mine. And here's the response you want to start with. I'm glad you brought that up. So immediately, when I put that in my balloon, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm concerned about that too. Now, I get to ask a question. Here's the question. What exactly did I do that was rude or standoffish? And now I watch what they say, and I print it in the balloon. Now I've got a pretty good idea to understand the meaning of what they're saying. So I kind of grasp with that. I'm glad you brought it up. Tell me more. Now I get to decide what I think. I might say that was, that was pretty standoffish. Or I might say, I was defending your honor, or I was defending my honor, or I was taking it all in. But I'll have more information to respond correctly. So I get to decide on a response, and I've gathered the good information. I agree with them. I apologize. I add a little bit more information. I tell them, hey, it was because I was protecting you. And then I ask this last question. What will make a difference next time? And so I've watched this cartoon thing happen, and it really is a nice exchange for me because it doesn't hit me. The criticism doesn't, boom, penetrate my heart. A lot of times you'll get criticized, it'll just go right through you. So if the cartoon doesn't work and you're a hockey fan, you can actually sit in the bleachers or sit on the front row behind the plexiglass and watch yourself out on the ice being criticized. And give that part of you, picture yourself out there really equipped with the right equipment on to deal with criticism. As you sit there and you watch yourself resourcefully take in this being criticized, they respond with the same questions I did. I'm glad you brought that up. I was concerned about that too. Tell me more. What exactly was it that I did that was so blah, 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 blah? It works for me. This is a very fun thing to do. I will say this, if it seems strange to you, if you develop the skill of the cartoon balloon and that criticism, you can learn from that. Or if the hockey metaphor works better, you can be out and you can be behind the plexiglass nice and safe as the person on the ice is doing the learning. And then comes, once I'm totally cool with being criticized in the cartoon, I'll bring that learning inside to me and I'll say, okay, you know, and believe me, I've used this a lot and I've learned a lot from criticism. Criticism is no different than if somebody's really, you know, buttering you up. It can be used for that too. So compliments, criticism, they're all the same. I kind of take them in, you know. So I say, you're the greatest teacher in the world. You're the greatest coach ever. And I watch the cartoon balloon and then I'll say, you know, I'm glad you brought that up. What exactly did you like about my coaching? Then I can learn from that too. So I always start these things out. And I say, what can I learn from this? You know, I mean, I want to really learn from this. And criticism's a great tool to learn. So are compliments. And if you haven't been criticized lately, it's coming. So now you've got a new tool to try out. Give it a shot. Have a great afternoon.